Hello, my name is Diana Vides, and today I'm going to review the bibliographical story about the rights to the streets of Memphis by Richard Wrights. And, this is a story about poverty, about independence, and fighting for yourself, even if we are living in this harsh world, right? The first part that stood up for me the most was when Richard says that he was hungry and he tells his mom, and his mom starts to cry because there's no food anymore because the main provider of the home, the dad, wasn't there anymore because they he abandoned them. And he realized that they were alone and they were not going to have food in a long time, right? So for me, this was it impactful because I work as a medical interpreter, and this is something that happens every day, a lot of times through the day. A lot of women are the main providers in their homes because they are single mothers. They don't have anyone who supports her. They are the only ones seeing for themselves and their kids and are looking for help with food stamps or with programs. So I think that this is really impactful for me because seeing that this story happened almost a century ago and seeing that this still happens is really impactful for me. So the next thing that was very important for me was when he says that his mother found a job as a cook, and even though she was tired, she tried to speak with them, with her children, and tell them that they were no longer like the other kids. They didn't have a father anymore. That they should grow up earlier and faster, that they should be independent because they didn't have her also in their homes all the time like before, right? She was working. And she told them that they had to be more independent to try to cook for themselves, to dress themselves and all of that. And this was really important for me because it reminded me of my father. And I'm sorry that I'm going to talk about me again, but I remember that the first time that I got a job, my dad started to cry when I told him, and he told me that he felt relieved because he always wondered what will happen if I leave this world earlier? What if I leave tomorrow? And my daughter doesn't know how the world functions and how the world works, and she is not independent, and she's not going to have anyone to see for her, right? She still needs me. So he felt happy for me because he said, well, my daughter is going to be able to be independent and to have an income if I am not there anymore. So I think that this remind me of my dad. And I think that all parents are like that, right? When they are good parents, they worry about how their children are going to do when they are not there anymore, right? And they want the best for their children. So, and the last part that was very important for me and that was impactful for me was the last part, of course, when he says that his mother sent him to the grocery store with money, but he was robbed by a gang twice, and they also beat him, right? And he says that he was so scared, but his mother sent him third time, and he said, "Well, I am scared, but why my mother sent me again, right?" And she sent him with a stick and with the money again, and she said, "Don't come back until you have the groceries. You are not going to enter the house if you don't have the groceries." But he ended up overcoming his fears and ended up doing what his mother told him, right? And I think even though I don't agree with violence, I think that this is a really symbolic way to make us understand that if even though if we are afraid, if we think that we can do something, we can, and we are able to do it if we say no. I'm going to do it because I have the power in me to do it. And I think that this is something really important for us to remember, that we should be more resilient and more brave to trust ourselves a little bit more and give us ourselves a little more credit, right? And well, I think that in conclusion, this is a story that is really important. This is a story that everyone should read because it's really, well, I think that is a really important story. It has a really um, important, uh, well, something that we can remember, to be brave, to be independent, that sometimes nobody is going to see for ourselves but ourselves, and that we can stood up for ourselves and defend our rights when we have to. Well, thank you very much for listening.